Welcome to Cold Brew Finance's end-of-week world currencies, stock markets and commodities deep dive for Friday, July 11th, 2025. Kicking things off, I'm Victoria Cashmore. Major currencies showed mixed movement against the greenback. The dollar-yen stands out with a 2% rise and strong upward volatility. The dollar, euro and dollar sterling pairs both strengthened despite negative trends. Weekly returns show notable movement in dollar-yen at 2.01% and dollar-sterling at 1.17%. Year-to-date performance reveals significant declines, with dollar-euro down 11.43% and dollar-franc down 12.32%. Long-term performance shows varying patterns. Over 10 years, dollar-yen gained 20.05%, while dollar-franc declined 15.13%. Dollar-euro showed modest weakness with a 4.54% decline over the decade. In other currency pairs, dollar-rupee broke upward after 4 days flat. Dollar-yuan offshore showed a downward breakout following 3 days of consolidation. Dollar-kiwi gained 0.89%. Weekly returns show dollar-kiwi leading with a 0.89% gain. Year-to-date performance indicates weakness across most pairs, with dollar-Singapore dollar down 6.23% and dollar-kiwi declining 6.88%. 10-year performance highlights dollar-rupee as the strongest, up 35.07% with a 3.05% annual rate of return. Dollar-Singapore dollar showed the weakest decade performance, declining 5.23%.
Looking at global stock market tracking ETFs, I'm Max Profit. Indonesia led gainers, rising 2.2% to 17.87. Austria reached a new one-year high, up 1.4% to 29.69, marking its third consecutive weekly gain. Singapore, Germany, and France all showed very strong positive trends. Weekly returns show Indonesia leading with a 2.3% gain. Austria and Singapore followed with returns of 1.4% and 1.4% respectively. Year-to-date, Austria leads with a 41.6% return. Looking at longer-term performance, Austria and Germany stand out with 3-year annual returns of 19.7% and 24.5% respectively. Singapore and France show more modest 10-year annual returns around 5%. Among underperforming markets, Brazil led declines, dropping 6% to 27.53. Chile fell 4.1% to 30.51, while Japan declined 3% in its second consecutive down week. Poland and Mexico each lost over 2.5%. Weekly performance shows Brazil down 6.1%, Chile declining 4.1%, and Japan falling 3%. Despite recent weakness, year-to-date returns remain positive, led by Poland with a 53.1% gain. Long-term metrics reveal Poland maintaining strength with a 32.5% 3-year annual return. Brazil and Chile show negative 10-year annual returns of minus 1.5% and minus 2% respectively.
Considering commodities, I'm Liquidity. Copper futures surged to an all-time high, up 11.5% to 5.60. Silver futures and Palladium futures both recorded strong gains of 5.8% and 15.6% respectively, each hitting new one-year highs. Month-to-date returns show strength across metals, with silver and copper both gaining over 8%. Palladium leads year-to-date performance with a 41.7% return, while aluminum remains relatively flat at 0.4%. Looking at longer-term performance, Gold shows impressive 10-year returns of 112.7%. Silver and copper demonstrate solid growth with 10-year annual rates of return at 9.7% and 8.2% respectively. In energy markets, gasoline futures broke upward from consolidation, rising 3.3%. Natural gas continues its downward trend, falling 2.8% for its third consecutive weekly decline. Crude oil gained 2.9%. Month to date, energy markets show mixed performance. Heating oil leads with a 6.6% gain, while natural gas lags, down 4.1%. Gasoline maintains positive momentum, up 5.5%. 10-year performance reveals modest gains across energy futures. Heating oil leads with a 3.4% annual rate of return, while Brent crude and natural gas show annual returns below 2%. Livestock futures show divergent trends. Feeder cattle and live cattle both hit all-time highs, up 5.1% and 4.1% respectively. Lean hogs experienced a significant drop of 21.9%. Grain futures faced broad declines. Soybean and oat futures fell 4% and 4.5% respectively. Corn hit a new one-year low, while rough rice declined for its fourth consecutive week. Grain futures showed significant weakness across the board. Soybean futures and oat futures led the declines, falling 4% and 4.5% respectively. Corn futures recorded a new one-year low at 412.25. Looking at long-term performance, oat futures show the strongest 10-year gains at 46%. Wheat futures and corn futures both show negative returns across all measured time frames. In soft commodities, orange juice surged 37.2%, while cocoa dropped 6.8%. Coffee futures continued their downward trend, marking their fifth consecutive weekly decline. Orange juice shows remarkable weekly gains of 37.2%, though year-to-date remains down 41%. Cocoa and coffee both experienced significant weekly declines of 6.8% and 5.7%, respectively. Long-term performance shows cocoa leading with a remarkable 3-year return of 247%. Coffee and orange juice both show strong 10-year gains exceeding 100%.
And with that, we conclude another end-of-week World Currency, Markets and Commodities episode. I'm Victoria Cashmore, along with my AI co-hosts Max Profit and Lou Quidity. Thanks for watching. Look for daily wrap-ups every day just after 5 p.m. New York time. Please like, subscribe, comment, share. Cold Brew Finance is an experimental project with market reports written, narrated and delivered totally by AI, with market data kindly provided by financialmodelingprep.com. Always seek professional financial advice before making any investment decisions. Check into the channel daily for coverage of stocks, crypto, currency and commodities. Thanks for watching.